For me, investing in the UAE was one of the best decisions I've made. This country has given me a lot of opportunities. In terms of setting up a company, it's not that difficult. Depending where you want to have your business based, we're very fortunate and blessed to have a great local sponsor who supports us. So finding the right local sponsor would be step one, because if you find, they can be very supportive and great to have support you in your business.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد نحنا شعوب لها نفدى تراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب.
My viewers, today I have a special guest. Welcome, Miss Mary. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Mary Elias, and I am an Egyptian American. My parents have immigrated to the U.S. about 52 years ago, so I was born and brought up in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
I have studied interior design and business at the Michigan State University in Lansing, Michigan. So I have a dual major in both interior design and business.
Yeah. When you, Miss Mary, started or you decided to open own business?
So the business actually started, it was a family business that started about 50 years ago in Michigan, in the US. My mother founded the company. She's an interior designer by profession. So I was actually immersed into the business from a very, very young age. I decided to, actually my whole life I wanted to be an entrepreneur and business owner.
Yeah.
I had planned to take over the the family business, and I never imagined I would move out of the US, but the plan was always to be a business owner from a very, very young age. And I decided before moving to the UAE that I wanted to come here and set up my own business, which took some time.
Yeah. Well, what's the difficult or challenge that you face up?
Definitely, you're correct. Running a business is not an easy walk in the park. For me, when I put my mind on something, I have to achieve it. That's my nature. Irregardless and irrespective of the difficulties and challenges. That's really how I was brought up and raised. That we take on and tackle any difficulties and challenges. Definitely, I'm a designer and I'm also a contractor. So I work in an industry where it's more of a man's industry when it comes to contracting.
Yeah.
You don't find a lot of women that are into both design and contracting. So I did take up the challenge of getting into a business where it's dominated by men.
Yeah.
So for me, it was having to deal with some of the challenges of being a woman in the industry, and mainly the Middle East.
Yeah.
But it didn't discourage me, and I can say it's been a major challenge. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and I think to the start of any business, you will always find challenges. But as long as you're determined and persistent, you can overcome anything.
Yeah, of course. Please tell us more about your company and what's the most services.
So Korus Interiors is our company, which was founded 9 years ago, going into 9 years in 2012. And we are a bespoke interior design and fit out company focusing on high-end luxury interiors. So mainly commercial interiors and residential. We started our business residential in the US about 50 years ago. So I've done a lot of residential projects in the US. Coming to the UAE has been more of a focus on commercial interiors, so namely hospitality, corporate, retail, food and beverage, spas, and more of the in-corporate interiors as well.
Yeah. Who's people supporting you to be success or create your name?
I'm very grateful for the community in the UAE. They've been very, very supportive. All my business has been through word of mouth, without any marketing. So I've developed some really great friendships and relationship and good clients with repeated business. But I really have to give more gratitude and thanks to my mother, who's been a huge support for me and who actually came here to visit me some time ago and has been with me in the UAE, leaving her home in the US and her grandkids and her other children to support me in my business. She is my backbone and my biggest support, and she does support me in a lot of the work that I do because she's the expert of 50 plus years.
Any future planning for you?
Definitely we have future plans. We have already, as I mentioned to you, a business that was established in the US, now the UAE. I have plans to revisit the US again, hopefully this year, if not early next year, to start up another branch. And we have other plans for expansions in the GCC. Namely, next year, Saudi Arabia will have our office set up there. And we have plans to move into potentially Egypt as well, and maybe other parts of the GCC.
Yes.
And globally. So Europe and Asia is also on the map.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
What's mean success for you?
Success for me is finding what you love to do, your passion, and being able to do that every day. But for me, at the end, my end goal is not about me, it's about my clients.
Yeah.
For them, to make them happy is my number one priority. That gives me a lot of happipiness and joy when I see my clients happy. So we really put our heart and soul into every project. Every project is very unique to us. Every client is very special to us. And that's success, when you can go home at the end of the day and know that you've done your absolute best and that your clients are very happy for what you've created for them.
Please, Ms. Mary, tell us about the project you brought at achievement.
Well, we're really proud of all our projects, actually. Every client is exclusive and has a special story behind it. So just to name a few that come to my mind that we're quite proud of. We did a 1920s concept men's barber salon that actually won several awards, and every material in that job was quite unique, with 250 years old wood flooring, reclaimed wood flooring, and vintage 1960, 1920 barber chairs. That was a very exclusive job for us because every piece of that project, every material was very high end, and the client had really wanted the best of the best, and we really gave him the best of the best. So that was one to highlight.
Yeah.
Another project that I'd like to highlight is we work with a global brand retailer called Jysk. They are a Danish company, and they sell home furnishings and accessories, and they are number 2 largest furniture company in the world, with about 3,000 stores worldwide. And we're proud to be their partner in the Middle East to design and build all their stores, and they're one of their IKEA's competitor as well.
Yeah.
So it's a very proud, very exciting project for us as well.
It's that great.
Amongst other 5-star hotels that we've designed as well. There's a lot of, like Sheraton and La Meridian as well, or some other good projects that
Yeah, Miss
we're proud
Mary.
of.
Now, please, talking about investment in own experience in Dubai.
I've had blessings and tremendous opportunities setting up my business here, and the UAE, it's been a privilege to be here and to be exposed to such a diverse market and to have opportunities I've never imagined I would have in such a rich country, and
Yeah.
in terms of culture, in terms of diversity, in terms of business opportunity. So the setup has been, you know, in the beginning, it's always going to be a challenge, but once you understand the process, it's quite simple. And the government is very supportive and helping you along the way to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And this is what I commend the UAE for.
Yes. Now, please send motivation message to our young people in own experience.
Well, for those that are young men and women entrepreneurs or young professionals, I should say, my message to you and advice to you is to whatever it is that you're good at, whatever it is you're passionate about, focus on that, and you can achieve immense things that you would never imagine. If you believe in yourself and you have the passion, you definitely have the means to succeed. And never give up, never say it's impossible or you can't. That's you know, it's inevitable that we all make mistakes and we fail, but it's more important is not the failure, it's about getting up and winning again and trying and being persistent. So the sky is the limit. Whatever you imagine or wish that you would like to do or achieve, if you want to be an entrepreneur, a business owner, you know, whatever it is that you want to achieve, you put your mind to it, and trust me, if you are persistent, you will succeed, because the sky is the limit and there's no such thing as impossible.
Thank you, Miss Mary, for this message. And finally, what would you say to our leadership in Emirates?
I believe the UAE has the most impeccable leadership I've ever seen anywhere in the world. I thank you for the amazing support you've given me in particular amongst other business owners. You have opened up your home, you have welcomed everybody with open arms, of every nationality, of every culture, of every religion, and I commend you for your acceptance, your welcoming, your tolerance. I've never seen anywhere in the world. I appreciate, you know, you guys, the leaders of the UAE are visionary people. They have an amazing vision that I've never imagined would happen, and I've seen a good part of the UAE develop over the last 14 years, and it just amazes me every day, the ambition, the innovation, the hunger to be the best and to be the first to do to implement, you know, such projects and technology, and to be the first at everything. I'm so proud to be a part of this community, to be a part of this country, to be a resident here, and more recently, you know, the Hyperloop, which is amazing. And I'm so proud of everything this country has accomplished. Thank you, UAE, for your support.